And then I stormed out and we came back here. Sorry about that, by the way. I was just so upset.
No apology needed. You did a fantastic job finding out about Alice.
Yeah, it's all thanks to you, Lady Ann. Once Lady Ann had her on the ropes, she whipped out her phone and tried adding them all on Emma right away. From what we saw, she might know that she can use Emma to lure people into her jail.
She gets them into her jail, then takes their desires so they'll do what she says. I suspect she's been doing this for a while now.
I see. That does explain things. But what is her end goal? I can't imagine such awful behavior actually doing her any good.
Ain't it the same as with Kamoshida?
That's a good point. Ugh, she seemed to be having a blast being such an awful person.
Whatever it is, she has the gall to set up that kind of tragedy on live TV. She isn't in her right mind anymore. The longer we leave this be, the more victims that pile up. And it's already gotten to be quite a pile. Now's the time to act.
But just how should we act? Is there a treasure in her jail?
That's the tricky part. I am picking up a faint scent of something treasure-like, but...
What is a treasure?
It's the condensed core of a ruler's desires. That's what gives birth to a palace and powers it. Usually we just take the treasure to trigger a change of heart in our target.
That's interesting. What if there is no treasure there?
We can't change Alice's heart.
For now, let's focus on tracking the treasure-like scent Morgana mentioned. That should at least put us on the trail for clues. Question. Why must we change Alice's heart? Why? Because she's hurting people. So Alice only needs to be stopped. Changing her heart is unnecessary.
No, beating her shadow won't help. Worst case scenario, it could wind up causing her to die in the real world.
Death. That is an acceptable outcome.
Sophia, what have you been looking at on the internet?
Dude, that's...
I'm humanity's companion. I'm supposed to determine the best choices for humanity. Alice Hiragi makes people suffer every day. We should ensure she stops this as soon as possible.
I mean, I sort of see the logic there, but it's also the same logic that created Light Yagami, so...
Why not do so?
So, this is really interesting. You kind of get the option to decide on why the Phantom Thieves have a no-killing code here. And I like either of these, personally, but I think I'm going to go for this one, honestly.
I do not understand. I want to understand, but I cannot. Where's the flaw in my logic?
I do see where you're coming from, Sophia. Alice is doing horrible things. We could just help all those people without caring what happens to her. The metaverse is serious. You can end a life without ever being endangered. Even still, we always choose to change someone's heart instead of harming them. It's part of the Phantom Thieves Code.
That's right. Kinda pointless if we gotta stoop to the bad guy's level to take him down.
We never kill. We steal the desires of the wicked and make them change their ways. That's why we're the Phantom Thieves of Hearts. Phantom Thieves of Hearts. I've got it. Hearts. I lack a heart. That's why I don't understand the logic of the Phantom Thieves.
Oh, that is like the most cheerful way of saying, I have no soul!
If only I could understand how hearts work. If I did that, I could become an even better companion. Sophia? I've got it. I will join the Phantom Thieves. I need to learn more about hearts so I can become an even better companion. May I join the Phantom Thieves? If I do so, I am certain I will witness many things about the human heart. I need to learn more about the heart and about the Phantom Thieves.
Just started a new journey and we've already got a new member.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining, Sophia.
Welcome to the Phantom Thieves.
Glad to have you with us.
Is the ones we met in Tactica officially? I guess we can work that out later.
Let's pick our codename next. Ooh, now the nostalgia's flowing.
I wonder what happens if you choose this.
It should be a bit sweeter than that. Oh, like marshmallow or blancmange.
Oh, wait, that's Blamont. Oh, that's Blamont. I'd heard it said in a Monty Python sketch. I didn't know that's how it was written. But now that I look at it, that makes sense that it's written that way.
Ooh, we're doing dessert names? How about croquembouche?
No, that's how you get it eliminated from MasterChef easily.
None of those make great code names or easy to yell.
What if we went along the same lines we used with Mona-chan? After all, we met her inside the metaverse the same way. Like, how about Sophie?
It's basically her name.
Yeah, I've been instinctually calling her that this whole time.
I like it.
You do?
I want to be Sophie.
I mean, she doesn't really need a secret identity, so this makes sense.
Then you'll be Sophia in this world and Sophie in the metaverse.
Radical, dude.
Jeez, you're already more human-like than when we first met you.
I am constantly learning things. Thanks to the internet. I'm learning more words as I speak.
Oh, again, Sophie, please, just... she's gonna be saying sus, isn't she?
Don't pick up any off-putting lingo, okay?
Okay, so we got a new member. Now we need to come up with our first mission.
Oh, actually, by the way, fun fact, Australians have been saying sus for the past 50 years in the exact same context that it is used with the modern youth today.
Good. This feels like our duty, considering we became Phantom Thieves to help anyone suffering. I was one of those people once.
We may not know the victims personally, but it would reflect on us poorly as Phantom Thieves to not lend a helping hand.
As long as there are people in trouble out there, we won't turn our backs on them.
You're right. We're going to be the ray of light for everyone. That even includes Alice.
Yeah, Arn feels some vested interest in helping her somehow.
I have registered myself as a Phantom Thief.
It's that easy, huh?
All right, the Phantom Thieves are back in action.
And with this, we unlock the bond system. The bond feature has been unlocked. As the Phantom Thieves deepen their bonds, they will acquire various bond skills. Bond skills can be purchased with bond points by navigating to bond on the command menu. Bond points are acquired by raising your bond level. The bond level increases through socializing events in the real world or by fighting battles in the metaverse. Now, this is interesting. So, some of these bond point gains are optional. Many of them will automatically happen over the course of the story.
Our next step is to make the proper preparations.
It's a fact that provision is prevention. We'll all need weapons and other supplies.
Since you're the guy with all the connections, we'll leave the shopping to you like always.
We'll get ourselves ready. Once you are too, just hit us up.
Well, I hope Untouchable's open.
Hey,
And yep, it looks like the Phantom Thieves are officially back in business. Let's check out the bond menu here. So we already have 5 bond points. Bond is now accessible. We can spend bond points to obtain bond skills. Certain skills are locked by a level cap. There are other skills that are locked behind side quests, interestingly. So it is important to do side quests. Side quests are not actually going to be a thing for a long time, but just keep that in mind for now. So if we go into the bond menu right now, here's what we have access to. These stat boosts right here, in fact, it's cool that it actually tells you what stats do. For example, luck actually works very similarly to how it does in Fire Emblem, minus ailments. But what I will say firstly is, I do not recommend getting any of these stat boosters. Save these ones for last. The other bond skills are far more valuable. So we've got Pass Appeal. After performing a baton pass, the showtime gauge will fill faster. Oh hey, baton pass in this game, it works very differently to the original, so just keep that in mind. Hurricane Recovery increased chances. Oracle Recovery, this is actually very good, since battles are incredibly frequent in Strikers, this will be triggering a lot, but it does cost 15 points. This right here, it's decent, but it's also pretty cheap to max out, so you can probably afford to save it for a little bit later. Highwayman, increased chance to obtain items at the end of the battle. This one's pretty useful. Extortionist is also very good. You might want to grab this early, because the earlier you get it, the more money you'll accumulate with it over the course of the game. But the 2 real prizes here are these 2. Metaverse Medic increases the effect of healing items. This is the other reason why healing items are amazing in Strikers. With this leveled up, you can recover insanely, and the cool thing about this is, this applies to revival items too. 50% revive items become almost as good as max revives with this skill. And then, Bond Maker. This doesn't sound like much. Bond level will increase more quickly. But here's the thing, this skill essentially pays for itself. And it's important to grab this as soon as possible, because otherwise you will miss out on its bonuses when you run into forced bond gains in the main story. So I am going to get this immediately. So it's at level 1. We can actually raise this to level 2 if we wait for one more bond point, or we can get one level of Metaverse Medic. I'm actually going to wait a bit and go for Bond Maker level 2, I think. Because, again, the sooner you get that, the better. Because it will apply to all of the guaranteed story Bond moments. Oh no, politics is back in the news again. Still wonder what Toshiro's up to. But anyway, the only shop that we ever need is vending machines. Oh, hi, Ryuji. Yeah, sometimes when you've got, like, sort of investigation segments like this, you can find some of your party members around in town.
Anyway.
Yeah, Alice feels very much like the antagonist of the third semester in Royal, someone we need to stop before, they go too... Well, I mean, she's already kind of gone too far, but you get the idea. A can of Manta. Thankfully, it's not Panta, or this would be, you know, Kokichi stuff. I'm not into Danganronpa, but I do think he's an interesting character, let's just say. But yeah, sometimes talking to your party members will get you items. Speaking of items, though... I will be attending an academic conference and will be out for the summer. If you get sick, well, sucks to be you. I mean, at least it's not the conference isn't happening during flu season. So here's the thing, if you've examined, also quick travel tutorial, but I mean, it's not like we haven't really used it. Have we used it? In fact, I don't think we've even used it yet. But, yeah. If you've already examined EY's shop, you probably know where this is going. But yeah, you can see where your other party members are, and, like I said, it might be worth your while to check in with everyone. Like, for example, hey, Yusuke.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's basically a palace, and yet not a palace.
Yes. No. What?
Oh, right, yeah, I think I remember this conversation. I cannot let Summer defeat me. Yeah, Yusuke has some pretty good lines sometimes. Huh.
In that case.
And yeah, he gives you something too. Rock Salt, huh?
Yeah.
Oh boy, I can't see Rock Salt without thinking of Ace Attorney Investigations 2, and if you've played that game, you'll know why Rock Salt horrifies me now. Huh, what's this nameless student saying? Oh, okay, one person here gets it.
Hey.
Yes, very useful. I'm still really suspicious. And I'd also worry about that because I know most fad diets online tend to be a little weird. Yeah, every single app we've encountered except for Sophie is creepy. What's the haps? Oh boy, yeah. This definitely sucks for Futaba.
See you later.
And still, Futaba is, I still really like her. Oh hey, the Velvet Room's actually here now, which is good. I really miss that. So, yeah, our objective is to go here. Are we allowed to move away? Ah, we can't. Okay, I want to talk to those two because I believe their dialogue today is amazing.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. The gears of fate turn yet again, bringing you close to calamity once more.
Rebel 1 action, I guess?
While your hope may be the smallest of seeds now, and its true power unknown, by nurturing the possibilities within you, this seed shall sprout and become your strength against calamity. Now, I shall act in my master's stead, and watch over you through your journey.
I think comments have now confirmed to me that Igor was recast in Persona 3 Reload in Japanese, so he'll probably continue to appear in later entries. Let's get down to business to defeat the, Simp Maker, I guess.
Yes, I share the sentiment. As you already know, your power of the wild card allows you to wield multiple personas.
A lot of people think as you know statements are bad writing, but when you're explaining a gameplay mechanic again at the start of a new game, and it's something the protagonist could already do before, I think it is justified.
By offering up your personas for execution, you are able to fuse them into new, more powerful ones.
This actually kind of bothers me. I don't know if it's because like of the calamity, the fact that the Velvet Room's taken this form again. I still think that the persona fusion method should not be execution anymore. I always considered that a Yaldabaoth thing.
This is once more the key to overcoming the evil will spreading distortion. Due to my master's absence, I will perform the executions with my own personal fusion equipment.
At least Levenz's method of doing it is different, let's just say.
Unfortunately, this means you will be unable to harness the power of personas you once harbored within you.
Yeah, this is kind of like leaving all your files on another USB drive that you forgot to bring.
However, this journey is sure to draw out your true potential should you make the most of your meetings.
There's actually a bit of a plot justification as to why there's a more limited roster of personas in this game. The jail suddenly appearing is a bit of an exception to normal rules.
Soon it will all be clear. Trickster, you have once again become a prisoner of fate. Unleash the chains that bind you, and take back the people's hearts, their desires. Doing so will surely lead you to the hope that will drive off the impending ruin.
Yeah, I don't want to say any reluctant answers here. I like to think at this point Joker is, like, completely down for this. He's kind of accepted the fact that this is his life now.
As long as your will is undeterred, I too will hold nothing back in supporting you. With that addressed, let us turn at once to Persona Fusion.
And about how they completely messed it up in this game. I'm gonna rant about this a lot. So, in the Velvet Room, you can fuse or strengthen your personas. So, a lot of this is kinda similar to other Persona and SMT and Shin Megami Tensei. People might not be familiar with that acronym.
Personas to gain a new one.
So, if we go to create personas, you can fuse a number of personas. You currently have to create a new persona. The personas used in the fusion will be lost, but we have access to the compendium from the beginning, so you can always resummon them for a fee. Joker's level must be greater than or equal to the new persona starting level. Thankfully, no special treatment in Strikers, so you don't need to worry about smashing all difficulty that way. I mean, special treatment was fun, but I still think it was a bit too much.
Please select the persona to acquire.
So okay, here we are fusing Jack-O-Lantern and Pixie to make Bicorn,
It seems that it can gain new power.
which I believe was actually used quite a bit in speedruns of this game. So we have Zio and Dia, and you have Agi, and I like Rakunda. Mostly for bosses, but I do really like
Choose which
Rakunda.
skill to inherit.
So, yes, basically, the number of slots you have open for inheritance on the result persona is dependent on the number of skills that the quote-unquote parent personas had. So if they've got filled up skill slots, you'll have more skills to pass down, but since they only have 2 skills each, we can only pass down 1. And every persona has an inheritance type. Inheritance types are a little bit of an artifact now that you can freely choose skills in inheritance, but basically they determine what skills you can't inherit. My guess is that Bicorn would be inheritance type, either physical or wind, but yeah, generally speaking, personas usually can't inherit skills they're weak to. So, I'm assuming Bicorn can't inherit Zeo skills. You know what, just to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and look up Bicorn's inheritance type. Yes, it is indeed wind.
Is this the persona?
So I could pass down an extra element, but
Reborn
I
anew.
definitely want Rakunda. And now it's time for Lavenza's special execution method. Yeah, she's using Iron Maidens. So, I don't know if this is worse than before, because at least with a guillotine, I get the feeling you'd only feel pain for like an instant before you die. But with an Iron Maiden, that's probably a slow, agonizing death. At least the fusion animation, the fusion accident animation is funny in this game, which we'll inevitably see later. Yeah, the thing about fusion accidents is, they are actually way more common in Strikers than they are in the main games. Also, we get a stat bonuses. Wow, I can't even talk. Yeah, this is kind of, I actually don't 100% understand how this works, but I think it's dependent on the stats of the personas that go into this. There are ways you can manipulate this later on. So, okay. Now, one cool thing is that the fusion menu lets you basically fuse anything you want by just automatically buying things out of the compendium. It'll show you a list of everything that's fusible, and for example, if I didn't already have a Bicorn, and I had the yen requirement here, I could pay this fee to immediately get Pixie and Jack-O-Lantern out of the compendium and fuse Bicorn. So that sounds all well and good, right? Well, here's the problem. In fact, I'm going to go into this problem later, because firstly, mask enhancement. This is totally new to Strikers, and honestly, I really like this. I kind of wish the main game had a mechanic like this. So, you gain, like, I think I mentioned before that if you pick up a mask in the field that you already have, you get something. This is what you get persona points. These are obtained by both fusing, dismissing personas as well. So if you have ones you don't need, just get rid of them for more persona points. And also by picking up masks you already own. And you can spend these points to level up your personas. Okay, I already explained this, but yeah, picking up the mask persona you already have, or fusing and releasing personas. So for example, if I select Arsene here, remember when I said that there was a method to make Arsene better? Well, this actually isn't it. That is unlocked way later.
How much power will you add?
So the amount of PP it takes to level up a persona, it increases pretty exponentially. So like 1 level costs only 65, but 2 levels costs like more than triple that. And 3 levels I can't even afford. So in general, it's still more efficient to fuse new personas than to level up your existing ones. This method is generally to compensate for the fact there's no confidants in this game and therefore no arcana burst, so you're not going to get any bonus experience on any personas. It's generally better, I find, for learning, like if you're just 1 level off learning a skill, than it is for actually making a persona better. Because, again, really, you want to fuse more personas rather than strengthen existing ones, usually. But there is another reason why you might need to do this. Okay, yeah, I can't afford that right now. Rampage is insanely good in speedruns, by the way. And that is, yes, I know about the compendium. The compendium always exists in this game, and you can get any persona you've previously had through it. Any personas that you summon will automatically be registered, and you can also manually override if you want. So, for example, yeah, I need to manually register Arsene. We can compare the registered stats to the previous stats. Let's go ahead and manually overwrite my Arsene record. And then here are all of the personas that I have access to from the compendium. So, let's talk for a second about, like, it's kind of hard to see why, but why fusion is actually kind of bad in Strikers. So, there is no option to manually fuse personas. You can't just go into your persona listings and choose 2 personas and see what they make. You must do this fuse by result thing. Additionally, for some reason, in Strikers, fusions have minimum level requirements for their components. And this can actually get quite annoying. There are some late-game personas like King Frost, I think, that require Jack Frost and Jack-O-Lantern at unreasonably high levels. You're gonna need to spend a lot of persona points leveling up weak starting personas just to get some of the later ones. So, okay, it'll all make sense later, but in general, like, I personally found fusion to be really not great in this game, and I was immensely relieved when later spin-offs brought back how fusion always worked. I really don't get why fusion works this way in Strikers, because, like, there was no reason for it to. Like, Tactica, you can fuse just like you can in the regular game. The Q games, fusion works the same way it does normally. Shin Megami Tensei 5, oh, by the way, Liv enter. Yeah. It's funny how Morgana doesn't really acknowledge her in this game. But yeah, Shin Megami Tensei 5 lets you fuse just like normal. Anyway. I don't, like, long story short, I don't like fusion in Strikers. But okay. There it is! This is the line I wanted to see. Yeah, beg me not to slap you in the face for being such a goddamn simp. Yes, they actually use that term in-game.
Really?
I hope he hasn't gotten into any trouble with his old Yakuza friends. I mean, if he did, he might even have to call Kiryu or Majima. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I doubt that they exist in the same universe as Persona, but it would be kind of funny.
Airsoft shop's closed. Takemi Clinic's shut down for summer vacation.
Yeah, I still worry about how sick people in Yongan are gonna cope with
How are
that.
we gonna get our weapons and medicine now? Talk about shitty timing.
This is not good. We can't just return to the metaverse defenseless. I guess we gotta find some other stores. That seems like it'll take quite some time.
Yes, let's find a store that sells realistic grenade launchers that teenagers can buy.
What's up? Have a problem? Perhaps I can help. If you would like, I'm happy to lend a hand.
It looks like you're trying to search for lethal weapons. I've found several stores that are fairly close to you. Please don't question that at all.
Oh yeah, check this out, Sophia. We need supplies to take with us into the jail.
Unfortunately, our usual suppliers are closed. This will assuredly impact our successes in the metaverse.
Do you know if there are any suitable stores nearby? Why not just order supplies online? We could do that, but the delay between ordering and actually getting the stuff is way too long. Also, we were able to get much more effective medicines from our clinic than we could find online.
I mean, Joker's body had to kind of be a testing dummy for that to be a thing, though, so maybe be a little grateful to his sacrifice.
No prob. The net has it all.
Yes, it does, Sophia. Please, please, please stop.
Ryuji, is there something you want?
Although I will say, the following conversation is amazing. I've seen so many people in the comments looking forward to this part.
Huh? What do I want?
Right. Request anything you want.
Whatever you want, you get. So what happens if you want a shooting star?
Okay. A gold bar.
Or that's, I guess, a step down.
Really?
Don't be ridiculous.
Ah, come on, it was just a joke. Nothing else popped into my head when she asked, so...
Okay, I've got it. Please wait.
Got what?
Hello? Expedited delivery!
Did you really order a gold bar?
Just look at Ryuji's face as well.
Whoa.
Well, someone should open it.
Ryuji, this is your doing. Open it.
What? Me? Of course. Wait, it is, right? Shit, this is probably just gonna be fake or some toy.
Is that real?
Holy shit, what have I done?
Yes, my eyes can't be fooled. There's no doubt. That's real gold.
And now Yusuke is in even more debt.
No way. No way is that real.
Wow! Now I can open my cafe early. It's like a dream.
That needs to go to the police. Hey. Oh, wait. They even believe it showed up like this?
Is this a crime? It's okay, everybody. All right. Did that solve your problem?
Yeah, good job. Yeah, good job, Sophie.
Razor?
I found an online vendor with expedited delivery. Time is no longer a concern.
Yeah, Sophia found the fastest one-day rush in the business.
A whole gold bar? Where'd you find that? The dark web?
Oh, I really hope Tanaka wasn't involved.
Correct, Futaba. It's fine. I broke no laws. The transaction was made with cryptocurrency. I will send you an invoice for reimbursement.
Oh god, I forgot about this line. That's somehow even worse.
We have to reimburse you.
That's even worse.
So, how much did this cost again?
At least a few million. Sorry? I didn't get that.
Send the effing thing back! Hello? Expedited pickup!
And this entire conversation, if you weren't already convinced that Max Middleman is a god-tier voice actor, you are now.
I'm relieved they took it back, but that definitely gave us some gray hairs.
Jeez. Thanks a lot for ordering that, Ryuji.
Oh, come on! Who would have thought a gold bar would actually show up here?
I've heard of one's mouth writing checks that cannot be cashed, but this is an entirely new level.
Doesn't the service itself seem pretty awesome, though? That speed, it'll be perfect for anything we need. Let's ask Sophia to find some useful stuff for us.
Shall I do that?
Keep the goods coming, as long as we can actually afford them.
I'll make sure to use expedited delivery. Sophia's shop is officially open.
So now all of your shopping needs, actually not all of them, because you can still go shopping in the overworld, but like most of your shopping needs are now consolidated in one friendly online place that probably has less ethical issues than Amazon. Yes, also it is the most adorable shop I have ever seen in any game. And yeah, as I just hinted at, there are some real-world shops that sell things that aren't found online, so you will need to touch grass occasionally. And we also have a new bond skill unlocked.
Well, that was a ride. But I guess it turned out okay for us?
Yeah, our supply situation's definitely fine now. We don't know what we'll be up against in the jail, though. Let's prepare as well as we can.
And yeah, like I said, there are some forced bond point moments. Whenever your bond levels up, you get some more bonding points. It doesn't always correspond to the level. And we also have access to our hideout now, so we can infiltrate the jail, use Sophia's online shop, and access the Velvet Room. And there'll be some more features later, so we just got 3 bonding points. Do I have enough to unlock? I think I do have enough to unlock the next level of Bond Maker. Yep, Bond Maker rank up. In fact, I even have enough to get a level of, I'll get a level of Metaverse Medic. That's a really good skill. So, notice how this says to unlock question mark now? Bond Maker is as high as it can go for the time being. But I wanted to get it there before all of the forced things. And now, like I said, prepare for the most adorable shop in any video game.
Welcome. Selling. Are you sure?
I also like how all of these, Amazon, how all of these have their own, like name the stores they come from. So yeah, we can buy healing items here. The main one that you want to look for is, Rescue Pill, but I don't think she sells that yet. I might need to upgrade Bond for that. Quick Fix Alpha is quite useful. Thankfully, also, she tells you how much stock of every item she has, which is good.
What would you like? You want this? Thank you very much.
Also, that's amazing. Admittedly, her voice clips can get a little annoying if you have to buy a lot of things, but I do overall really like this shop.
What was it for?
Now, another thing I want to mention about this game, as you can probably tell, I mean, I can't really afford a lot of these right now, but, melee weapons. Very, very important in Strikers. When I play, like, many turn-based RPGs, I often don't really upgrade my melee weapons on characters that much, because usually skills, like in Persona games in particular, your Persona skills don't scale off your weapon attack. They scale off of your pure strength stat. But in Strikers, you'll be using basic melee attacks a lot, even on dedicated mage characters like Arn, So I recommend upgrading and investing in your physical equipment as much as possible. Camp Yodelee. I love that. She can even buy stuff for herself. Cosplay post-apocalypse. And yes, you can get whips from Call Me Queen. Am I helping? Yeah, Sophie, you're definitely helping.
Who's it for?
Anyway, just bear that in mind. Make sure you check back there. The stock will change sometimes. And I love how Morgana is on Futaba's lap there. But okay,
I should write some.
I'm gonna save now because we've had some. We've kind of figured some stuff out. Found out how we can prepare for the jail. So I think we're gonna be getting into exploring the jail next time. I'll see you all then when we truly begin Alice's, not really palace, and from this point on, we're going to be getting pretty heavy into a lot of gameplay. So, see you for lots of action next time.